Hi, I'm Rob. Thanks for tuning in. This topic is not technical, but I think it's one that's very, very important. So, so let's say you have some skills, some audio skills, right? Some mixing skills. You know equipment. So that's great, and you're volunteering, probably for your course, I would think, or your choir, and maybe you're a student, right? And that's also good. If you know how to run your board, that's awesome. If you don't know, you know, ask. Download the user manual, learn how to use it, seek out a mentor, right? Um, Leave a comment below. Let me know. We'll get you some training for what you need. There are a lot of different training videos out there. But when we're dealing with volunteers, you have to keep in mind a couple of things. I say a couple of things, and I'm going to try and remember them and do them in order, right? One thing is that our volunteers, you want to develop a relationship with your volunteers. You want to invest in them as leaders. If you're the head technical person, the guru, right? And I mean, come on, you plug in the mic, everyone knows you have to have 48 volts on for that mic. Come on, what kind of an idiot are you? You want to be careful, right? With your volunteers, we want to guide them, and teach them, and pass on those pearls of wisdom. If you can develop a relationship and a mentorship kind of a relationship with your sound people, with your volunteers, um, they'll learn, first of all, and that's good, and that's fulfilling for them, and they'll embrace it, and they'll basically go to the ends of the earth to set up, to run cables, to run sound, and they'll learn how to run sound. One of the best things is when someone who you're teaching finally gets it to the point where they can run the mixer and you don't have to, right? So you're multiplying your efforts, you're multiplying your hands. Then you can step back and you can start to be more of the producer, or you can be more of the director, right? So you can figure out other things and support other areas. Very important. So that's one topic, is we want to make sure we thank our volunteers. We want to make sure that we respect our volunteers, and develop that relationship, right? It'll go a long way. If you can train others to do your job, then that makes your job easier. That makes it so that you're survivable, right? So that if some reason you get called to go to another group, that this group continues to sustain. The other topic, the other thing that I said that you want to also make sure that you understand with your volunteers is you don't know them. They're not. They might be your children, but they might not be your children, right? They might not be. They're certainly maybe not someone in your family, right? If you just have people in the chorus that are volunteers. So when you come together to set up for a show, and you're setting up equipment, you're getting ready for the show, you're getting ready for the rehearsal and all that sort of thing, there can be a lot of stress, right? And if you can plan ahead, that can help take out some of the stress. But you have to keep in mind that you don't know what your volunteer has been doing in the past week. I don't mean anything bad about that, but I mean, they have lives too. So, you know, people get sick, loved ones get sick, they have jobs. Maybe they've had a good day on a job and they're happy, or maybe they've had a bad day on a job. Maybe they feel a sense of commitment, but they're overwhelmed in their job, right? So you don't know when they're coming into the scenario, into help set up for this, or maybe a high pressure setup. You don't know what they've been through. So you just want to keep that in mind. And as their leader, you want to try and sense that. You want to find out how they are. You want to include them in what you're doing. You want to be sure that you respect them for what they know. And if they don't know something, you can augment what they know. Sort of the way I look at it is I kind of want to embrace my volunteers to make sure that they're appropriately supported as they're supporting the ministry, or they're supporting the goal, the mission, right? The rehearsal. So just a couple of topics, a little bit of a free advice. But I think take it to heart, right? Most of us are probably pretty good leaders and probably think about that. And probably, I'm not saying that you don't treat your volunteers well, but just consider. You want to support them as best you can, and you want to understand you don't know, you've not walked in their shoes. So if they're having a hard time, there might be a reason for that. So develop the relationship, maybe find out why. Okay, enough on that topic, but a very important topic. Thank you for your attention. Subscribe, hit the little bell, and leave a comment below if this was a good video for you. If you like this topic, please let me know. If you didn't like this topic, don't even let me know. No, I'm just kidding. Please, all of your inputs are very important to me.